2 to 4 of every 1,000 people in America is considered functionally deaf. Of these people, around 360,000 to 517,000 consider themselves part of the deaf community and deaf culture. The deaf community is considered by many to be a minority culture made up of people from all walks of life who share the common bond of being deaf. They share the same experiences and language, American Sign Language.
Oftentimes, when hearing people think about deafness, they think of it as a disability. They associate deafness with not being able to hear, not being able to communicate, and not being able to socialize with the majority of society. However, the deaf community strays away from the disability label. They believe that being deaf is simply a different way of life and worthy of being embraced.
Talk to you.
In fact, many deaf people believe in a concept known as deaf gain. Deaf gain is a way to reframe the idea of deafness into something positive, offering a diversity of experiences and perspectives that can benefit everyone, hearing or deaf.
One aspect of deaf gain is known as deaf space. Deaf space is the idea of creating spaces and buildings that are deaf-friendly. There are a number of factors to consider when designing spaces for the deaf. Deaf people use a form of communication that is very visual. Because of this, deaf spaces need to have a lot of light and reduce glare. Opening a space to natural light can provide diffuse lighting that is ideal for deaf people to sign. In addition, artificial lighting can be placed in areas that will allow it to bounce off other surfaces, making rooms brighter. Others can benefit from this concept as well. Many people are concerned about being energy efficient and conserving resources. More natural lighting and the efficient use of artificial lighting can help to save both energy and money.
Deaf space designers may also take into consideration what material the floor is made out of. Wooden floors tend to resonate more when people walk, allowing deaf people to feel when someone is approaching or moving around. Hearing people can also benefit from knowing when people approach or leave the room, especially when using headphones or when the environment is too loud to hear footsteps.
Walls and closed spaces are often a problem for the deaf, who can't communicate through them or around them like hearing people can. Creating spaces with partial or translucent walls is important for places where people congregate, such as between the kitchen and dining room or in an office building. Frosted glass can also be helpful for more private spaces, allowing the deaf to see whether someone is in the room.
Others can benefit from partial or translucent walls as well. In offices, glass walls can create an environment that is more open and accessible. People can wave at one another and create a sense of community that is lacking with closed-off rooms. This also fosters the exchange of ideas and information, creating a productive and enjoyable work environment.
Modifying outdoor areas for the deaf is also important to deaf space architects. Along with wider hallways, wide sidewalks and paths facilitate communication in ASL, where it is important to keep space in between the signers. Hearing people can benefit from wide sidewalks as well, as they allow friends to walk side by side when conversing, or people to pass by a group of people standing and talking. This reduces the need to step into the street, which could lead to an accident with a car.
Sidewalks may also be made to curve around corners at intersections instead of being at right angles with blind corners. This helps the deaf to see if people are coming and avoid a collision. Although hearing people will usually hear a person coming around a corner, people wearing headphones may not. Curved corners can also benefit runners who can't make such sharp turns, as well as people with strollers.
The idea of deaf space can help to create a more open, safe, and productive environment that can benefit everyone. It is also a great example of how the deaf community can contribute to society at large and offer new perspectives through the lens of deaf gain.